Hello and welcome to another episode of Case of the Golden Idol DLC 1, The Spider of Lanka. I'm bringing Stabbity, the stabbiest stab that ever stabbityed, and with me I have my buddy...
Nweismuller, who has to say that I will never forget how terrifying those elephants are.
Especially since this one has opened its third eye. Also,
yeah,
I think whatever this creature is more frightening than the elephant.
Screaming statue creature.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what the elephants want. Today is the most important day of your life, children. You will meet a Lumarian saint. A Lumarian? Not a Lemurian. Huh. And other...
I think that may be a typo.
Possibly? And other powerful people. Oberon again?
Hey, that's a familiar looking face. That looks like Albert Cloudsley.
That's Albert Cloudsley, that's right. And other powerful people. Alright, well, let's go see the unfortunate accident at the Raja's court. Alright, well, we got some stuff here. I did not expect my first Seven Seas assignment to conclude so shockingly. No wonder these savage countries need to be civilized.
Speaking of typos. Assignment.
Ah, yes, assignment. He was assigned. Darn it, I was going to say he was assigned, but no, assigned is correct. Alright. Albert, we must strengthen relations with Abaya the Radiant in order to establish a trading outpost in Lanka and bring these 4 locally produced pigments to Europe. Usharik, produced in mines filled with toxic gas. Aphid, gathered from silverback piranha-infested lakes. Are the lakes silverback, or are the piranha silverback?
That is an excellent question that will never be answered.
Darn. Because silverback piranhas sounds like a cross between a silverback gorilla and a piranha.
That would be terrifying.
Incredibly so. Lakwa, harvested from the nesting crickets. Sector, gathered from the sector spiders. Okay. Our Cultural Tolerance Department has provided a gift. A statue appropriate to these devil-worshipping devil-worshipping societies. Find out if they appreciated it. Consider pretending to be a devil worshipper too. Seven Seas Central Office, Londonburg. Is Londonburg supposed to be London City?
Londonburg was actually mentioned in the epilogue of the original game.
Okay.
It's on the... But I think it's the name of the capital of Albion.
Which is what I assumed it was.
Yes.
Alright. A sword. A tobacco pouch. Perhaps Ash Blair tobacco?
Quite possible.
Seven Seas Company Associate Travel Guide. Navigation. Navigating by star. That is in fact correct. That is how you find the North Star. You find the Big Dipper, take the last 2 stars at the far end of the Dipper, follow them, and they point straight to Polaris. Right, navigating by crescent moon. Imagine a line joining the endpoints and down into the horizon. That direction is south. That's accurate. Important. Seven Seas Company Associate Travel Guide. On the island of Lanka, as with many other former colonies of the Lemurian Empire, the lingua franca is common Lemurian. This is an example of common Lemurian script. Note that...
So that font, whenever you see it, means that the language being used is Lemurian, not English or Albanese or whatever.
Okay. And it's just being translated for us for our convenience.
Yes.
Note that the honorific master is followed by the surname. For the last century, the island of Lanka has been divided into 3 kingdoms, each named by their ruler's family. They are Jaffna, Gramini, and Vijaya kingdoms. One second. I need to pause the recording. Okay, and we're back. When I saw Vijaya, I thought of the Alaya Vijnana, and I just forgot what the spelling was. But yes, the 8 consciousness. Alternatively, the implants in Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans that they surgically implant into people's spines to make them better Gundam pilots. Anyway, each kingdom is ruled by a Raja who subjugates the peasantry, enabling the cheap production of cloth, pigments, and spices. Yay! Present on a spoon into the mouth?
Okay, whatever that means.
A pipe. Albert, I will not be able to accompany you on your first Seven Seas mission. A pressing matter requires my attention. Ignore whatever rubbish Central Office has suggested. Befriend Putra. He is the Raja's ear. When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It is meant to be a surprise. Okay. Anyway, also, just gonna put Albert there so we can have that taken care of. Keep your mouth shut, boy. Your father committed a murder and cannot be forgiven. Undoubtedly, His Highness will demand your life.
That doesn't seem very fair.
Nope.
I mean, even if his father did commit a murder.
Not at all. But, who knows? They might believe in things like the, ninefold punishment.
What is the ninefold punishment?
Let me pull it up. Okay, got it pulled up. Also known as the 9 familial exterminations. Also known by the names Zuzu, family execution, Meizu, family extermination, was the most severe punishment for a capital offense in pre-modern China, Korea, and Vietnam. A collective form of kin punishment, typically associated with offenses such as treason. The punishment involved the execution of all relatives of an individual, which were categorized into 9 groups. The occurrence of this punishment was somewhat rare, with relatively few sentences recording throughout history. The punishment involved the execution of close and extended family members. These included the criminal's parents, the criminal's grandparents, any children the criminal may have over a certain age, varying over different eras, children below that age becoming slaves, and, if married, their spouses. The parentheses were poorly managed, but yes, children over a certain age, and if married, their spouses get executed, children under a certain age become slaves. Any grandchildren the criminal may have, again, if over a certain age and if married their spouses, children would be enslaved. Siblings and siblings-in-law, the siblings of the criminal, and that of his or her spouse in the case where he or she is married, uncles and aunts of the criminal as well as their spouses, the criminal's cousins, in the case of China, this included up to the second and third cousins, the criminal's spouse, the criminal's spouse's parents, the criminal. Confucian principles also played a major role in the extent of the punishment. The killing of children was disapproved under Mencius's principle that being offspring is not a sin, so that children under a certain age were often spared execution. So yes, that is the 9 familial exterminations, or the ninefold punishment.
Oh, collective punishment sucks.
It does, Lots of collective stuff sucks. All right.
Collectivism sucks in general.
True. All right. Position your guards outside the Chamber of Trials during the test in the morning. Only my children and the priest must be allowed in there. The priest forbids the presence of any Westerners during the ritual, but we do not wish to insult a man of the Seven Seas Company. Entertain Albert Cloudsley, Esquire, by showing him the gardens during the ceremony. Meanwhile, allow nobody to enter the ritual hall except me, my children, the Lemurian delegation, and our noble Blade Master. A key. Okay, anyway, we got the Cloudsley. Cease your threats, Lankan lackey. I am not to blame for my father's deceptions, but perhaps this is the price we pay for our stagnating culture.
And we see that font. They are speaking in...
They're speaking Lankan. Or Lankan or...
Lemurian, whatever.
Lemurian. They're speaking Lemurian. I beg you, cease to request that we meet. You know it is unwise. Venerable Yupik's watchful eyes notice everything. He is your father, and you know his character. He will not tolerate such transgressions. I am a mere servant and must know my place. I can never be part of Kara family. Ari. Do not worry, young Lemurian. If it is meant for you to die today, it will be by my hand and swift. I have killed many people for the right and wrong reasons. Such is the dharma of the warrior. Okay.
At least he'll be quick about it.
At least he'll be quick about it. And he does have a falchion, which, maybe is good for, quick beheading. My tiger, have you found anything that might help me earn my rightful title? Then you can be by my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. That insufferable Putra, as his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. Your moonlight, and soon your queen. Alright. The, queen seems like she might have a thing for the Blade Master.
Seems likely.
Alright, let's hop over here. Oh boy! The following people are only allowed in the ritual hall on November 16th. During the testing procedure in the morning, the Lemurian priest, the potential heirs. During the ritual of the blade in the evening, the Lemurian delegation, the royal family, Spy Master, and Blade Master. A bottle of teal substance labeled Aphid ink. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Okay. That is... Okay. So the top right is the correct answer. Question on the right, the top right is the correct answer. So whoever circled it was wrong. The triangle question, I'm assuming the question is how many triangles exist here, which we can say we'll just multiply by 3, and the solution is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3, so 18. So the heir also got this question wrong. And here, that's simple. Vertical, diagonal, horizontal, and it goes circle, circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle, circle, horizontal, and the color is red, blue, white, gold, red, blue, white, gold, red, blue, white. So it will be
that does not look blue to me.
Blackish, yeah. Black, but yeah. So he also got this question wrong. The correct answer is the top left one, white circle with a horizontal line going through it. So, the potential heir, which is what it seems like should be here, since the Lemurian priest and the potential heirs, and whoever was doing it definitely got it wrong.
Yeah.
So blue messed up badly. How about purple? What did purple do? A bottle of pink substance labeled Usharic ink. He got 18 correctly. He got the top right correct, and he got the horizontal circle correct. Okay. Purple heir got every question correct. So we can safely assume that, teal heir has, met his end. Right there. Although, I mean, it's showing two different characters, two different colored people taking a test, which is what we saw. One of them got it correctly. And unfortunately here it's showing that, the same person both gets the blade and the crown, which is somewhat annoying.
Well, let's take a look and see if we can figure out what the crap goes on.
Throw me in the eye? Who's been added to the thinking panel? My tender petal, I spend my nights restlessly thinking about your sweet lips and eyes. Let us meet again at midnight on 12th of November in the Orchid Garden. There we can have privacy to share love and secrets. Your warrior, Jayan. The hall will be unlocked in the morning. Will be unlocked the morning they take the test. When the winner is revealed, we will lock it again. The evening before the ritual, lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. You pick. Dear Diary, I believe I have finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. The poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago that I have no interest in him. The woman is not breathing. I don't think he understood. Yeah, blue is not
still
teal.
Something.
I know. I just wanted to compare colors, but the blue on her fingers is not the teal of the ink.
And there's something mixed in with the blue.
That is true. But I can't really tell what it is.
So, yeah, that's mysterious.
Did she get crushed? No.
It looks like she's in there in order to pull that lever.
Ah, yes, that seems right. Okay. So, they hide somebody in there. They hide the winner. The blade goes across, and the person inside of here is supposed to lower the lever and allow the successful heir to survive. However, it seems like she was killed, didn't lower the lever somehow, perhaps with throw me in the eye, perhaps not.
Well, it looks like the whole thing has a face on one end, so
yes, it does. Yes. Okay. Thrown in this eye. Although, if the picture is the same, the eye, I mean, it would make sense, like, they throw the eye here, and the eye is right here, and it falls right inside. But it's showing that this is the left side, and we would assume that this was the left side. Unless it's mirrored. The eye could be on this side also.
who knows? But the point being, we have some idea of and it looks like there's an exit up, which
Yes.
might be worth.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, simple enough. Okay. So, the person drinks something, gets down on the cart. They get sliced by the blade, go up to heaven, come back down, re-enter their body. The glitch goblin arrives and does something. Nah, it's supposed to be a priest, I assume. One of the Lemurian priests.
Heals their mortal wound.
Heals their mortal wound and lets them back up. Okay. So that is the ritual of the blade. And yes, so that was probably... would that be the Lemurian delegation, the royal family, the spy master, the blade master? I don't know.
Well,
Lemurian delegation, maybe, but don't know for certain.
Anyhow, interesting.
Yes, very. So that's where the ritual happens, and that is what he was commanded. Entertain Albert Cloudsley by showing him the gardens during the ceremony. And yes, outside the Chamber of Trials, during the test in the morning, priest forbids the presence.
Who sent this note then?
This would have to be the king then, or the Raja, I guess. Because only his children and the priest are allowed in there, and we saw that the only people allowed are the potential heirs. So his children aren't even called heirs until they pass the test.
So yeah, the whole royal family gets to be in there during the ritual of the blade, as does the blade master, which fits with the instructions to Umbrella Dude.
Yeah, just keep Albert Cloudsley entertained and away from the ritual. Do not offend him, but do not allow him into the ritual. Alright, cease your threats. I'm not to blame for my father's deceptions. But yes. So I'm thinking this is Blade Master, right? Yes. Dharma of the Warrior. That is my understanding. By the way, what type of game? This is a puzzle murder mystery. We're trying to solve who killed who and what happened. Oh, okay.
Filled this in and loved.
Yeah. I mean, succeeded, maybe. That was correct. This one's definitely wrong. Alright, let's continue on. We have something over here. Oh, there is the demon statue. Or the devil statue. Did not get precise answers, but this will help. Rotate the line every fourth, same color. Circle, circle, square. Yeah, we already figured that out. The number of horizontal lines multiplied by 6. 3 is easy, just look carefully.
And who left this note here?
Hang on, we had that. It definitely wasn't him. No. as your father will know, he will not tolerate such transgressions. He would be part of the Kara family. Have you found anything that might help me earn my rightful title? You can be by my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. That insufferable Putra has his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. Okay, so Blade Master is the one that left it there. Tiger, Dharma of the Warrior, and the hall will be unlocked in the morning when they take the test. When the winner is revealed, we will lock it again. Evening before the ritual, lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. So, Jayan, I believe.
You
Possibly.
believe Jayan is the Blade Master?
Potentially. But not... No. That's wrong. That's wrong. That is wrong. Because that is just some random servant girl. Wonder if I can leave soon. Poor boy. We'll see. We'll see. Yes, Evelyn, please go ahead. Ask a question if you'd like. All right. Let's look over here. A centipede. Yes. A cricket. A small spider. A scorpion. A beetle. Lots of bugs. All right, the deadliest arthropods in Lanka. Sector spider, feed only twice a week. Calamarian scorpion, a quick and painful death. Plain beetle, the merciful killer like falling asleep. Legion centipede, after death victim's body bloats like a balloon in minutes. Nesting cricket, bite stops heart quickly. Okay, so... This dude has the key, which unlocks the deadly,
the death cage.
The death cage, yes. Alright. You will be heir. Master, we found this poem and picture in the palace garbage, September 5th. Picture is the key. This was not hard to decode, but the method is curious. Titania Printing House. Wear yellow in the evenings. Do not mourn the black ocelot. Be untamed and forget your worries. Do dreams of green wilderness. Gift your guests impulsive gifts. Release your inner lion when in doubt. Furthest leap is the hardest landing. Beast of honor is a rare sight. Disrespect emperor and fall like a leaf. A hunter enjoys the morning sun. Eat breakfast, sing poems. Do not trust your servants, trust your instincts. On your last day, just roar at the sky.
So what is the method, do you believe?
I am honestly very confused.
Picture is the key.
Picture is the key, lion. But, yeah.
Take a look at each line individually, and then note what word is underlined.
Yellow ocelot, untamed, wilderness, impulsive, lion, leap, beast, emperor, hunter, eat, instinct, roar. Okay, it's just find... Okay, the method is whatever is most related to the lion is the word that is underlined, and then it's the first letter of every underlined word.
Right. Interesting, isn't it?
Very. Yeah, that's
actually a pretty clever way of encoding a message.
It is. Gotta appreciate it. Anyway, Evelyn asks, do you have a dream of having your own game? One that you create yourself with everything made by you, like missions, levels, and all, and people play it? Not particularly. That's not really my strong suit, so leaning closer to no. Dear Putra, I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sukera family, so we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Royal Blade Master G.
So maybe it was indeed Jayan who sent the note to the servant girl.
Possibly, yes. A bottle of black substance labeled Sector Ink. Eh? Oh, here we go. Lanka Island. Jambupur. Jaffna Kingdom. Gamini Kingdom. Kulusapur. Vijaya Kingdom. Lankapur. Okay. Did not go here yet. Okay. You wanted life for life, O most radiant and magnificent Raja. Has this information satisfied your needs?
He's got quite a beard.
Yes, he does. For sharing this secret, I will allow your Zubiri to live. But he must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. You are free to leave with your delegation. Various rings with expensive gems. A guitar blade. And yes, this Raja is ugly. Your Magnificence. Some encoded correspondence is being exchanged between someone at the palace and somebody else. I do not like it, and my spies are working overtime to discover who is behind this. I still believe it is safe for your children to undergo the test, and for the chosen one to go through the rites of rebirth. The Lemurian saint confirms that the ritual is the same as when you were sworn in, when you came of age. By day's end, you will have your heir, your highness, Master Sun. I assume that is Spymaster's son. Magnificent Raja, I accept your invitation to facilitate the test and the initiation. Our delegation will arrive with the necessary equipment at the start of November. Regarding the Westerners, you already know that we strongly advise against trading with them. They do not understand the importance of Lemurian tradition, and their ways are impure. High Priest of Kara Clan. Of Kara Clan, you say? A bottle of blue substance labeled Laqua ink. Okay. So it did look like Laqua ink was what was on the servant girl's hands. Okay.
And we actually got a note describing where Laqua ink comes from.
We did. No. No. Laqua. Harvested from the nesting crickets. Of all the ones here, seems to be the... Oh wait, no. Nesting cricket. Bite stops heart quickly. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So. Laqua ink comes from nesting crickets. A nesting cricket bite stops the heart quickly. Laqua ink is this blue color, like properly blue. Servant girl. You feel amazing if you introduced your own game which inspired people. Servant girl has blue ink on her hands, and most importantly, pieces of a bug which I think would be a nesting cricket. Using using a cricket
Well, let's look for more information.
Yep.
If you're not.
Yep, I'm very much not set yet. Anyway, have we missed anything?
The pyre. We haven't checked out everything in.
Ah, there we go. That's where we missed stuff. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Tomorrow is the big day and my heart trembles with anticipation. If Tissa passes the test, I will not feel I have failed. I will witness his ritual of blade with joy in my heart. A thought just like this came to mind. Sorry for buzzing. Hey, no worries. I mean, it would be interesting, but yeah, I don't really have the, I have ideas for games, but yeah, probably not something I'd want to go out and do. For none is braver and wiser and worthier than him to inherit father's responsibility. If I happen to be picked, I will bow my head in humble appreciation of this great honor. Okay. So Tissa is the person that failed the test. Since this is the one that passed and did not do everything properly. People of Albion. Leaflet number 8. Read and learn the Albion language. The best way to learn this language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company gift to the Raja. Oh, okay. Despite their name, the Infernal Guard are dedicated to a noble cause, fighting fire. Yelling to clear the way, they hurry to the place of ordeal to do their unenviable job. The guards do not feel fear and smirk at things that would be agony to commoners. They bravely step into the infernal limbo and do their duty. Challenges they face are like lava, and obstacles can be ominous, and during the nights even otherworldly, but inattentiveness is a swift killer. Ignited with bravery, they step into the nightmares. Their burden is monstrous. They often yell commands already fatigued. If accidents can cause such misery, intentional cases are more odious. But the men, unclean and tired, run to the place of terror, to face whatever horror awaits them. Okay. The woman has a huge wound across her abdomen, beneath an apron, and she is not breathing. The wooden apron and clothing beneath it have been slashed. There is a mixture of blood and red paint on the wound. A stiff, ornamented apron made of wood.
So the Lemurian priests have a whole song and dance to make it look supernatural, but it was sabotaged by somebody.
May you travel from darkness to light, from death to immortality, dear sister. Death is a mere illusion that appears to those who cannot grasp absolute reality. Right, November 15th. Tomorrow is the great day. The ritual hall will be opened, and Anula and I will be evaluated. Okay, so. That is Anula, and that is Tissa. And, yeah. May light guide my sister in the test, for she is worthy of the title. If fate judges me to be the one, then I am ready to undergo the journey through the blade, to the sun and back again to claim my birthright. Alright, and that is the same one, leaflet number 8 from Titania Printing House. Seven Seas Company's gift to the Raja. Best way to learn the language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company's gift to the Raja.
So what's the gift to the Raja?
The gift to the Raja is the statue. And next to it were the notes that were deposited. Did not
So question to you.
Yes.
Does looking at this statue and then looking at the leaflet make you think of anything? The leaflet, the one that says to look at the statue.
The one that says to look at the statue. Seven Seas Company gift to the Raja. Not entirely sure, no.
Did you see something else by Titania Printing House in this mystery?
Titania Printing House. I'm sure I did. I know I did. Statue. Seven Seas.
I will say one thing also.
Uh-huh.
Ink colors are consistent as used by different people.
Ah, that is interesting. Okay. So that is green ink. Oh, whoa. Okay, hang on. This dude wrote in purple.
But that's very pink rather than... But
pink rather than purple, okay.
But you can notice a couple of offices with ink pots in them, and you can actually trace who...
Yeah, so...
sent those notes based...
So blue, L'Aqua blue, is going to be the Raja. Black sector ink is going to be, I would assume, a spy master is the one that has access to all of the poisonous bugs, but we'll see.
Well, what else is on that table? Maybe you can determine if it's the spy master.
Dear Putra, I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from the Sakura family so we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Royal Blade Master G.
And a black note written on top of it seems dubious. Can I trust him?
Yes. Okay. So the Blade Master wrote in purple, and potentially Spy Master wrote in black.
And what else was on that table?
Yes, Master, we found this poem and picture in the palace garbage. It will be heir. There we go. Titania Printing House. And yes, black, which is Spy Master. This was not hard to decode, but the method is curious. And yes, okay. Black was picture as the key. Alright. That... Okay, picture is the key. Let's see. But there is no picture here for us to use as the key.
But take a look at that little note in the bottom left.
Best way to learn this language is by looking at the Seven Seas Company's gift to the Raja. Ah! Okay. We're looking at devil. So, infernal. Actually, let me get notepad out. Infernal. Fire. Yelling? Yep, he's yelling. Yelling. Ordeal? They hurry to the place of ordeal. Let's say ordeal. To do their unenviable job. Yeah, unenviable. That way we get a U. It's going to be either fear or smirk. I'll put both and then I'll figure out which one's next. Things that would be agony to commoners, I would go with agony. They bravely step into the infernal. Definitely infernal. Limbo. If you fail. So it was fear that was the correct one, not smirk. If you fail. So like lava, ominous. Shift notepad over so I can looking at that. Otherworldly. Killer.
You're sure it's not inattentiveness?
No, inattentiveness does not look like what the demon statue is doing.
Sorry, I'm just being a dork.
Ignited nightmares. If you fail, oops. The burden is monstrous. Yell. Misery? Accidents can cause such misery. Intentional cases are more odious. But the men, unclean?
I think it's safe to say a devil is unclean.
It's definitely an unclean spirit. Terror.
Indeed.
Horror. Okay. Infernal fire. If you fail, look in my mouth. Now, the question is... Yes. Okay. If you fail, look in my mouth. Going back, place the gift in the mouth. Now. We must strengthen relations with Abaya the Radiant in order to establish this. Our cultural department has provided a gift, a statue appropriate to these devil-worshipping societies. Find out if they appreciated it. Consider pretending to be a devil worshipper too. Okay, now I'm going to guess that Abaya the Radiant is the ugly Raja.
Clearly his radiance is not his beauty.
Definitely not the beauty. That's why he is radiant, not beautiful. Okay. This one. So he is a Lemurian. And he is a Lemurian. But it says that the Lemurian delegation had 3 people. So let me see if anywhere else we have the Lemurian symbol, which is what he has on his head. So there's the deceased sister. It's the great day. The ritual hall will be opened. Anula and I will be evaluated. May light guide my sister in the test, for she is worthy of the title. Claim my birthright. Have that figured out. Anyway. Albert does not have the, any present, so I'm assuming he already dropped the present off in the statue. Or perhaps the present was already inside the statue, but yeah. Cultural tolerance.
He has another note.
Yes. Not be able to accompany you on your first Seven Seas mission, a pressing matter. Ignore whatever rubbish Central Office has suggested. Befriend Putra, he is the Raja's ear. When you arrive, place the gift in the location as instructed on the wrapping paper. It is meant to be a surprise. Okay. Befriend Putra. Question is, could this possibly be Putra?
Well, let's take a look at what... that note's in blue, so...
That note's in blue, so it was written by the Raja. Position your guards outside the Chamber of Trials during the test in the morning. Only my children, yep, confirmed, written by the Raja, and the priest must be allowed in there. The priest forbids the presence of any Westerners during the ritual, but we do not wish to insult a man of the Seven Seas Company. Entertain Albert Cloudsley Esquire by showing him the gardens during the ceremony. Meanwhile, allow nobody to enter the ritual hall except me, my children, the Lemurian delegation, and our noble Blade Master. So... now we can... between the fact that he has the key that leads to the deadly insects, and the fact that he has that letter with kind of posting that, and he mentions the Blade Master as a third party, pretty sure that is the Blade Master.
The Blade Master?
Spy Master, excuse me. Do not worry, young Lemurian. If it is meant for you to die today, it will be by my hand and swift. I have killed many people for the right and the wrong reasons. Such is the dharma of the warrior. Falchion. Right. Would you call this a dark purple?
The dark purple we've seen is the color used in the diaries of both the royal children.
Oops, not there. Diary. Yes. That's right. Okay. And yeah, his writing is the same. Purple.
But I think it's safe to say that he will not be the Blade Master's queen. Just call it a hunch.
Yes, I definitely. Okay. Do you have any details here? No. Alright. But still, we need... Alright. So we at least know you are Putra.
Yeah, that insufferable Putra searches all our things, and that sounds like a spy master.
Definitely sounds like a spy master.
Contrast what she says in the note to the Blade Master with what she says in her own diary, and tell me why that...
My tiger, have you found anything that might help me earn my rightful title? Then you can be by my side forever. Leave it in the bush by the pyre. That insufferable Putra has his dogs search our things regularly, so we must be careful. Your moonlight, and soon your queen. Alright. So that's from her. No. Diary. Tomorrow is the big day, and my heart trembles with anticipation. If Tissa passes the test, I will not feel I have failed. I will witness his ritual of blade with joy in my heart. For none is braver and wiser and worthier than him to inherit father's responsibilities. If I happen to be picked, I will bow my head in humble appreciation of this great honor. I'm assuming that the secret note wasn't searched, but that the diary was probably searched by Putra, which would explain the difference. Unless
both their diaries are talking about how gladly they will have their sibling take the throne,
Yes, they do.
which sounds to me, honestly, like they're very familiar with how under surveillance their diaries are.
Definitely agree. Definitely agree. All right. Yes, let's get back in here. Servant girl. Dear diary, I believe I have finally found love after all these years. I wonder if I can leave my servitude and marry this brave fighter. The poor boy will be heartbroken, but he should have understood a long time ago that I have no interest in him.
Is there anybody how many brave fighters are in this cast of characters?
I mean, I would basically put it down to just the Swordmaster.
Who has a note from the princess, it looks like.
Who has a note from the princess.
And if you look in the spy master's office, again, look on his desk and look at the not that one.
Dear Putra, I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sukera family, so we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Royal Blade Master G. Okay.
So it looks like the Blade Master has been putting the moves on more than one lady.
It does seem like it. Anyway, here is our Blade Master, G. Yes. Did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl. Okay, here we go. From Sukera family. Lemurian servant girl. Alright. So the servant girl was was part of the delegation. So, actually, hang on. G is Blade Master.
And Putra is Spy Master.
Putra is Spy Master. And I had the Raja's name.
Apaya, you got as his name.
Abaya.
Apaya was
name.
the... Yeah.
Alright. Now, we have Sukera family. So, gonna put...
Kara, and Sukera.
Kara, Sukera. What was the other thing you said?
Kara, and Sukera.
Kara, and Sukera?
Since they said the priest was Zubiri Kara's father.
That's right. And I guess, yeah. Zubiri Kara. That guy's Kara. So, we have Zubiri Kara. Whatever the other Kara is. And Sukera.
How much are you willing to bet that the Su prefix means something like servant of?
I am almost certain that is exactly what it means.
Yeah.
The family that is bound in servitude to the other family.
Yep.
Alright. Well, let's get back here. So okay, so things are slowly coming together. Not everything is is 100% clear, but things are slowly coming together. So, she is the Lemurian servant girl. Her job is to lower the blade, or not lower the blade, lower the platform here. Basically, do that during the ritual of the blade to ensure.
And it looks like the air is drugged, so they don't realize what's going on.
That would make sense. That would explain why the Raja doesn't remember what happened. Okay, so here we go. The air is drugged. The air goes down on the whatever that platform's supposed to be. They get hit by the blade from the sun god or whatever, but just from the roof. Their spirit goes up to the sun, gets pushed back down, goes back into the body, while the long-bearded priest heals their body, wakes them up, and gives them the antidote to drink.
The priest, or the glitch goblin, whichever he is.
Yes. Just referencing what I referenced earlier, yes.
Yes.
Okay. As a result, yeah.
So where was the cricket found? Did we find a coded message? If you fail,
look in the mouth. If you fail, look in my mouth. That was the coded message. So, what's his face? Tissa, after failing, looked in the mouth, got the cricket, and down, tossed it in here, which bit the servant girl. She died of a heart attack, wasn't able to lower the platform, which resulted in Anula, who passed the test, to die because she wasn't lowered in time, and now you wanted life for life. Has this information satisfied your needs? For sharing this secret, I will allow your Zubiri to live, but he must join me on the journey. And yes, that was our Zubiri Kara that we already had before. So, the priest here shared the secret. Also, hang on. Albert Cloudsley. Let's get Zubiri Kara. We don't know specifically who anyone here is. We know that you are Sukera.
Actually, I believe there's evidence to suggest you've made an error with one of the names. Look at the documents that Albert is carrying.
Documents? Alright, let's look them over. We must strength...
The book specifically.
Sure. Important?
First page.
On the island of Lanka, there's many other former colonies. Lingua franca is common Lemurian. This is an example of common Lemurian. Note that the honorific master is followed by the surname. So,
and we got Blade Master G.
Blade Master G, so it would be fair that G would be his last name.
Yes.
Okay. Would it be the same thing for Putra? No, because we didn't hear Spymaster Putra.
No.
Okay.
We just heard that insufferable Putra, which sounds like it may well be a given name.
Yes. Anyway, you have Jaffna, Gamini, and Vijaya kingdoms.
So,
there.
which are named after the family.
Jaffna, Gamini, Vijaya.
So we need to figure out what kingdom they're in order. Jaffna, Cloudsley, no.
There we are. That's where I did it. Albert Cloudsley. Jaffna, Gamini, and Vijaya. There we are. And there are the city names as well. Very good. Okay.
So the kingdoms are named after the ruler families. We need to figure out what kingdom we're in, I guess.
That would be helpful. We have the map. Unfortunately, we don't have any indication specifically where we are.
Well, we have a crescent moon in the sky.
We do have a crescent moon in the sky. Okay, there we go. All right, back to here. Navigation. That is how you find north. That is how you find south. We have the crescent moon. It's pointing south. South is over here, and there is a bird statue. So we are directly north of the giant bird statue, which means we are in Gamini Kingdom. And we are in the city of Klusapur. Okay, so Gamini. That means we can put Gamini. Also,
Putra's the
not Putra
Spymaster.
Gamini. Abaya Gamini. There we are. Went to the wrong one. Thank you for catching that. Okay. Tissa and Anula, and let me grab Vijaya. You know what? I'm gonna put Jambupur and Lankapur. Jambupur and Lankapur over into the second tab because I assume that we will not need it. Anyway, Gamini, we can take Tissa, Anula, and Abaya. Abaya Gamini.
All right. Well, let's see if we can't find anything else to narrow down names.
Okay. So, that is the message from the king. We don't have any names. We don't have any further details. Seem to be good. All right. Continue on. Cease your threats, Lankanlaki. I'm not to blame for my father's deceptions, but perhaps this is the price we pay for our stagnating culture. All right, so Zubiri is not entirely on board with the whole stagnating culture thing. I beg you, cease to request that we meet. You know it is unwise. Venerable Upik's watchful eyes notice. He is your father and you know his character. He will not tolerate such transgressions. Okay. Upik, I am a mere servant and must know my place. I can never be part of Kara family. Okay, Ari is the servant girl. Ari Sukera. So let's go here. Ari Sukera. No, I'll keep Zubiri Kara where he is. Zubiri Kara, and it said, Venerable Upix, watchful eyes notice everything, he is your father. So, Upik Kara.
And I think we can fill out the Lemurian delegation
Yes,
file now.
That is true. So we have Upik Kara, and we have there's
Sukara.
Ari Sukara. Boom. Okay, good. We got that much done. Now we still need Putra's last name and Blade Master G's first name. And it doesn't seem to be Tiger.
Yeah, probably not. Well, let's keep riffling through documentation and see if we can't find anything.
I mean, it could be Tiger. I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
All right.
Such as the Dharma of the Warrior, by my hand, Swift. Right, that insufferable Putra. If you found anything that it might help me earn my rightful title, then you can be by my side forever. Your moonlight, and soon your queen. Okay. But also, I guess when we had that... Okay. Poor boy will be heartbroken. Okay. So yes. She thinks she was... So... The Blade Master was in fact attempting to seduce her. So was... Zubiri, but she had no interest in Zubiri.
But despite the Blade Master's claims to the Spy Master, it looks like he did indeed seduce her.
Yep. My tender petal. Here we are. I spend my nights restlessly thinking about your sweet lips and eyes. Let us meet again at midnight on the 12th of November in the Orchid Garden. There, we can have privacy to share love and secrets. Your warrior, Jayan. So. Jayan G. Go. Let me just do a little bit more organizing. Albert Cloudsley, Zubiri Kara. Do we have a good way of putting Upik there? Yeah, I'll put Upik there. Jayana G. Putra-san, possibly. Right, last. The hall will be unlocked the morning they take the test. When the winner is revealed, we will lock it again. The evening before the ritual, lock yourself inside and set everything up. Remember to prepare the apron for the one who succeeds. The red paint is in the vase. Okay.
So yeah, the whole... the priests have a whole secret thing with that they rely on their servants to set up a allegedly supernatural event.
Yes, yes. Okay. Tissa passes, yes, they just have there. That's the same one. That doesn't help us. Notes, Anula, yes. And just that. Alright. Nothing from them. Nothing down here. Blade Master G. Yeah, just
so there's
from...
the throne room and the Spy Master office left to check over.
Yep. Nothing there. Nothing there. That just references those guys. Alright. You will be heir. Right? Master, we found this poem and picture in the palace garbage. This is not hard to decode, but the method is curious. Okay. Found the picture.
Interesting that both the potential heirs had the look in the mouth if you fail message, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, there is. Alright. Sector Inc. Dear Putra, I did my best to seduce that Lemurian servant girl from Sukera family so we could obtain successful results for the young prince in the test. Surprisingly, she was not charmed by my advances. I do not know what is wrong with her. Okay, so G tried to seduce the servant girl, succeeded
And
succeeded in seducing her, got the secret, delivered that information to the princess, which allowed her to get the correct answer. However, the prince, whether intentionally or not, got the wrong answers, and then looked in the statue's mouth where he found the cricket at least, which he was then able to drop into the into the contraption to kill the servant girl, and which allowed his sister to die instead of undergoing the false ritual of blades.
Not that he necessarily appreciated exactly what he did by tossing it in the eye, but yes.
Yes.
Since I don't think...
didn't have anything here. Mm-hmm.
Since I don't think the royal family actually knows what's going on with the blade ritual.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Incense sticks, and so I'm guessing that, Yupik spilled the beans to explain what's going on to the Raja to save his son's life. For sharing this secret, right. I will allow your Zubiri to live, but he must join me on the journey as insurance for your honesty. You are free to leave with your delegation. Not that he has any delegation left.
Yeah. And one more. Okay.
All right. Master Son. There we are. That is what we were missing, and it's
a Spy Master report in black ink.
Spy Master report in black ink. Putra. Where do we have Putra? Oh, we had it in the right spot even. Putra Son. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Okay. I did not click on Kloppusser. The game's too sensitive. Just, if you click something, it automatically goes in. Alright. So yes, we got those correct. And, Abaya Gamini. Putra Sun.
Son.
And Jayana G. In the city of... Klusapur, which I should have known because it's the only one that I had left. There we go. Everything filled in correctly. Now, the top one, that was the princess. So, Tissa Gamini.
Anula Gamini.
Anula Gamini, yes. Anula Gamini.
I'm with you. Tissa sounds female to me, so it's easy to...
And Tissa Gamini. And failed. There we go. Okay. Which he found in the mouth of the statue. It was delivered by Albert Cloudsley. This resulted in the death of, that will be Ari Sukera. No. No. That will have resulted in the death of Anula.
Did Albert know what he was delivering, though?
No. I don't believe so.
And if you look at the notes that Albert got, somebody was telling him to put that in the mouth of the statue. Yes. And that's the person who, the person with the green ink.
Who's
also was the one who gave the coded messages to the potential heirs.
Yes.
Because we...
As a result, Abaya Gamini demanded Zubiri Kara's life, but instead Yupik, right? Yupik. But instead, Yupik Kara revealed a secret in exchange. Okay.
Sure he didn't reveal a scorpion?
I mean, if he revealed a powerful enough scorpion, he could have said, "Stay back!
Get over
back!
here!" Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
And the top line you need to fill in.
Yes. So I'm going to say that Tissa Gamini killed Ari Sukera. Yes, we did it. It took an hour and 20 minutes, but we did it.
And if you look back at the first episode of this and note green ink.
All right, we will take a peek at that in just a second. Young Prince Tissa failed to pass the Lemurian test to become an heir. So, as advised by a secret correspondent, he took receipt of a bottle containing a deadly insect, along with instructions delivered by Albert Cloudsley. Before the ritual, Tissa threw the bottle into the machine and murdered the Lemurian servant Ari. She could not lower Princess Anula, and the princess died. Yep, that makes sense. Alright, let's come back here. So yes, that was Yupik saying that. There's the green. When drawing lots for match pairings, arrange it so the newcomer plays against the best player here. He wants to test his skill. I still technically don't know. I mean, it could have been Oberon, but
it does suggest that the person who was giving that note was deliberately trying to engineer something, given what we see with the green ink in episode 2.
Yes. Anyway, hello, Fanboyamus. Welcome to more Case the Golden Idol. All right. I think we got everything we had here. Next episode, we'll be working on Chapter 3 and wrapping up the Spider of Lanka. When Bingo Night goes bad. Oh, I'm sorry that you had Bingo Night go bad.
Also, thanks, Evelyn, for saying that we are smart people, because that's flattering.
Yes, very much so. Anyway, we're at this episode up. VOD folks, Fanboyamus, hang tight. We are going straight into the next episode on the stream. But VOD folks, you will need to hang tight until Friday to catch the next one. Until then, please like, follow, subscribe, check me out on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and Kick. Free money in the description as always, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye-bye.